Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a Let's Make video, and what we're doing today is we are playing with resin. Something that I don't really do on my channel, but I actually really love doing it. And it's very easy, and I found a tool. Well, I didn't find it, it was given to me. A really helpful tool when doing resin. I think what I didn't like about normal resin was because it took so long to cure. That is one of the downsides of it. It takes a really long time to cure. But there is actually this amazing tool that you can use that speeds the process up 10 times faster than what it normally takes, which makes it much more enjoyable to do, because you don't have to wait so long. I am like really impatient and I want like instantaneous, which brings me to the second thing is it can be very costly as well, especially if you do everything in with amazing casting resin. This is an instant gratification. Amazing casting resin, the 10-minute cure literally is 10 minutes. You mix these two pieces together, these two parts together, and it is done. It's done curing in 10 minutes. The drawback to it is that it's white. If you're going to be painting on it, putting transfers on it, adding it to furniture, to home decor projects, to any project, and you're going to be painting over it or anything like that, then actually that's a very helpful thing because it's not transparent. You're not worried about light penetrating it and making it look funky. It actually helps you to be able to get achieve whatever color combination that you want on top of it, because it is opaque. It's solid. You can't see through it. And instant gratification. Oh my gosh, I love amazing casting resin, but sometimes I don't really want to fiddle around with having to paint everything like a whole bunch. Although I did find a quick solution for me, gold. If you just paint everything gold, I mean, like, come on, especially when you're doing like little projects like this, spray paint that sucker gold, slap some transfers on it, and how pretty would that be, right? And I actually showed you some the other day. I think in my last video, some stuff I did that was super fun with the gold on the frames. So we're not actually going to do that today. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you how cool this mat is, and which actually we kind of need to get rolling on it because it does take about an hour for the resin to cure. So before I even show you like these other projects or demold stuff with you and do them, I actually wanted to share with you how to mix up the resin. And then I'll show you the amazing casting resin as well, and you can see the difference. We'll mix it up and you'll get to see it. But this heating mat is actually already been plugged in. I turn it on its highest setting. There's a dome that comes with it. You can purchase this off of Amazon. And right now it's $28 and it comes with the timer. It has a little plug-in timer that attaches to it. And it comes with the dome. You can get it in different colors. And just like this, though, this whole setup here is approximately, it is approximately 15 by, I believe, 15 by 15 by 15, and about 8 inches tall-ish, 7 or 8 inches tall to the peak. And this is it's like a canvas type. You know those tote bags that they'd use for like refrigeration? Like when you go to Costco and stuff like that, it folds all up so it stores really flat together. But this kind of reminds me of one of those cold bags that you would like take to Costco, put all your cold stuff in so it doesn't thaw out like in the 100 degrees on your way home. That's kind of what this reminds me of. But the cool thing about it is the purpose of it is it keeps the heat locked in here on the heating pad and concentrates all that heat onto the resin, which makes the resin cure time like instant. Not instant, but rather than a 24-hour period, which is what this takes to cure. This says, let's see, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So you do 1 part of each. So if you want 2 ounces, you do 1 ounce of this and 1 ounce of A and 1 ounce of B, mix them together. You mix these together for 3 to 5 minutes. I do about 3 minutes. And then, let's see, and then curing time, it says on this, is 24 hours, is what it says on this. But when I put it in here, on here, under the dome, so let's start mixing it, it's only an hour. It cures that fast. And obviously, thicker projects, create, like, take a little bit longer, but, like, I poured this one here. I'm working on this project here. I poured this project here, and the outside rim of this is super stinking thick. It's about 3/4 of an inch thick, and but in clear in this resin, and it was done in like 2 hours. It demolded in 2 hours. So this normally would take like an insane amount of time, like at least 24 hours to cure. Well, this sped it up to 2 hours. And was so awesome. But let's get to mixing it so we can pour these couple of items and you can see. And so hopefully, the video is probably going to be about an hour long. Sorry to rush the beginning, I know, but I really want to get, so I have these mixing cups I get off of Amazon. You can actually get silicone cups that are reusable, which probably obviously would cut your costs down to nothing after you purchased them. I like these because they're quicker for me to clean up. But there is value in there's value in getting the silicone sticks and the silicone. So you're not having to, you know, put these in the garbage and all that kind of stuff and repurchase them. Obviously helps keep stuff out of the landfill and things like that, which is a bonus to getting the silicone rather than using the disposable items. I use these because for the video purposes, it makes it easy. But otherwise, the silicone is actually really nice. And so what you want to do is, and you can get little ones or you can get big ones. These have a pour spout on them, which actually is really, really nice. And these are great if you just want to pour small, smaller projects. Actually, I should, let me, so this is an IOD frames mold. And actually there's a difference when you get molds, and I'll talk more about that later when I'll show you some differences. You want to be mindful. If you do spend the money on these are, whether you buy Prima, whether you buy IOD or you buy Prima, which are, I think they're pretty much the two main manufacturers of molds for this type of situation. These molds for either company are oven safe. They're kitchen safe. So you can take them in the kitchen. You could pour chocolate in them. You can bake in them. You can make candy in them and things like that. You don't want to switch though. So if you use it in the kitchen, you should keep it in the kitchen. Or if it was a one-time thing, you should use it in the kitchen first and then take it to your craft room. And what it is whatever these chemicals, the resin chemicals are made out of, they say could possibly be harmful if you do it craft room to kitchen. If you go backwards, kitchen to craft room, no big deal. You're not eating out of it, right? After it goes in your craft room. But if you take it from the craft room to the kitchen, there could be an issue is what they're saying potentially. I've never done it. So I don't know. Kind of your brain goes, I don't know if I want to try that. I don't know if it's worth the biscuit. I think I'd rather just buy new biscuits. So get 2 molds. I'd say get 2 molds and one for the kitchen if you really like something. It's for a special holiday or something like that. And whatnot. I said just get 2. And then don't worry about it. Especially if you think you want to use it in both arenas, then you have one for each. And they run about $25. Depending on, you find them on Etsy, scrapbook.com. IOD, you have to find through a stockist, but there's a lot of stockists that sell them online. I buy mine from Painted Heirloom for IOD molds, Painted Heirloom. I bought them at other Maka's Daughters, I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know how you pronounce it. Maka's Daughters, I think is Maikia or A Daughters. Flipping Fabulous sells them. Painted Heirloom. They also, L&J Goods. And they do they do Tim Holtz and everything. Ellen J. Goods has a YouTube channel, and she does a ton of stuff, and she is stinking fabulous. I think she might do Prima too. She does a lot of vendors, a lot of brands. Rather, she does a lot of brands. Ellen J. Goods, and her YouTube channel is really great for how to use different types of products like waxes, paints, patinas, different styles of paints. She is very informative. She's a lot like joggles.com. Anyhow, Prima you get on scrapbook.com. The redesigned Prima molds you get at scrapbook.com. You can buy on Etsy. And same thing, just type in redesign by Prima, or just type in moulds, moulds. I would do like frame molds, or Christmas molds, or molds is another way to spell it in Etsy. But Etsy has a ton of this stuff, whether IOD or redesigned by Prima. There's a few other ones that make molds, but these are like the two main ones that sell them, and they are great. Their quality on them is like no other. They're very comparable. The only nice thing about the IOD molds, which is better than Prima, is they actually tell you how much liquid or how much resin you need, or how much clay that you need for each of the items if you want to make it. Redesign doesn't do that. However, they have super nice molds. This one also has an edge on it. IOD has an edge for whether you're cleaning it to do clay, or a nice lip for the resin to go to, the top of the resin to go to. But let me grab let's see. The redesign ones still are really nice. Oh, we should do, I've been wanting to try out, oh, and these are the ones I used the other day. I did the Astrid molds, and I think it was Finley. The Finley molds was the large frame. Sorry, guys, just a second. Oh, hang on. Let me pause you and find that Finley mold. Or is it right here? Oh, it's right here. This one here. This was that big one that I did the ballerina on. Finley. And then just find that on, see, that's how they say molds, or MOLDS. You can find it like that as well. But yeah, isn't this is one, but these are really nice as well. And you can, same thing, pour chocolate and stuff, but they don't have like how much each one needs, how much to use in each one when you're pouring the resin, which that's nice about the IOD ones. These are great, and their designs are absolutely beautiful. I love them. And then let me tell you, they're good to, yeah, furniture, walls, and more. They're heat resistant silicone molds. Next level. Yeah, you can do paper clay, ceramic clay, resin, candy, chocolate, and bake. What does it say? Oven safe. Oh, up to 500 degrees. Nice. Freezer safe up to negative 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then, yeah, food safe non-stick. And these, they work beautifully. So no matter what you're doing, yeah. And then I was going to do, let's do this one. I wanted to see what the new snowflakes look like. Because those are pretty stinking fun. So we should definitely pour one of those. Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you too is, this is a great way to cure your resin. Well, let's get it poured. Holy guacamole. Let's get it poured. We got to get going because we still have to stir it for 3 to 5 minutes. But I'll just stir it off camera. So, so let's get this painted. Oh, so this is a great way to cure stuff really fast. The downside is, if you have a mold that's like this, because this is actually a very shallow mold, these right here, where it's really thin, resin is a chemical reaction. So you take A and B, each of the parts, and you mix them together, and they'll have what's called a work time, which means that the resin isn't going to start chemically reacting for that period of time, which means that it allows you to put decorations in it. It allows you to layer. It allows you to do all different sorts of things with the resin before it starts to cure. And so this one is a 30-minute window. So if you're like wanting to layer colors or things like that, you want to layer flowers, you want to do stuff like that. Because you could put dried flowers, you could put all kinds of stuff in resin. This gives you that time, whereas the amazing casting resin is 30, like you stir it for 30 seconds and you like have a minute to pour. This stuff you have to pour, and you'll see you have to go super fast. Your work time is like 2 minutes at max, very max. I don't even think it's that. But this stuff gives you 30 minutes, which is super nice. So actually, let's dust this really quick and get this decorated. So this one here, I'm going to do something similar to this. And what this is just beautiful. It has some gold glitter in the background and some gold flakes, gold glitter. And this uses Anna Griffin's celebration or floral rub-on transfers. And isn't that beautiful? I didn't seal them because they're on this resin piece. I didn't feel like they'd come off, but you're supposed to seal them. And I would just put a clear spray over them, like triple thick. This dries almost instantly. Triple thick glaze. Get this at any hardware store, usually crafting stores, but any hardware like Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Amazon. You can get it anywhere. It's readily available. You should just spray it lightly over the top of it, and will make these pop even more, but also seal them in. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it like this because it's inside and going on a Christmas tree. But like, right? How pretty is that? It's so pretty. And could you imagine the light reflected through that? And this isn't perfect. Like, if you look at it, there's still bubbles and all kinds of things. So this isn't a foolproof. This is just a fun way to play with resin, to get your, feet wet with it, and to have some fun, but they're not necessarily sellable. They're giftable, but they're not necessarily sellable because people want perfection. And as pretty and nice as this is, it's not perfect, I wouldn't sell this, but give it away as a gift, you bet. Because there's, like, imperfections in it. But I think it's just super stinking fun, and I think somebody would get a kick out of it. That, like, you made that, right? So, let me grab some colors. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm actually going to use what's here. This is, actually, let's get magenta. I was going to do red, but a pigment powder, but I'm actually just going to do this magenta. I just have a little disposable paintbrush, and when these were, and so you literally just dip your paintbrush in to your pigment powder, mica powder, whatever you have. This is Let's Resin Chameleon powder. It's just a mica powder or pigment powder. And you can get, they have all different styles of pigment powders. And I just dip it in. I cover it until I feel like, it doesn't take a lot. I just cover it until I feel like I got enough on there that I think it's going to be fun. You'll want to like, practice and test, like, see, I mean, because this is just, how do you describe it? I put 3 paintbrushes in there. You know what I mean? I dip my paintbrush 3 times, and, it's, like, hard to describe, but you're just dusting it until, you're just brushing over it, dusting it until it's, like, covered. And then on the outside edge, I'm actually going to do this other color here. And this is called Olive. I thought, hey, let's mix these two. That'll be super fun. It has kind of a goldy tone, but I think it's supposed to be more green. And same paintbrush. I don't really worry too much about it. And I'm just going to put that on the outside. I saw one of their examples, they did red and white. Oh my goodness. And then dusted gold on the top, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. It was so pretty. But I think they did theirs with amazing casting resin, because I'm pretty sure it had a white background. But this is going to be clear, which will change it a lot, but I think it'll still be super fun. So yeah, just just dust it. And then anything, any extra resin, I'm just going to pour into. So let's just see what that looks like, right? We'll put, oh, here. Let's dust actually, let's dust a couple of these, so that way if we do have to, oh, whoops. If we do have to, we need another space. I always like to have stuff prepared when I do resin, because you don't necessarily know how much you're gonna need. And it's always better to have too much than not enough. And just have extra things ready to go. We'll try the same technique on this tiny one. We'll just see what that looks like, right? Okay, I think that's going to be good enough. Okay, so now let's get our resin going. I should have done this. I should have stirred it first and then so it could have been setting, because ideally it's nicer if your resin can set up for a little bit. Not set up, but can rest a little bit to get the bubbles out. It helps with bubbles. So let's do this one. I'm going to do 4 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour 2 parts, and I'm going to put my cup on the table on a flat surface. And then what I want to do is I want to get down to eye level, and I'm going to pour the thin one first, which is generally part B. And so what I'm using is this Jan Chun brand. It's cheap and it works great for me. The thing I will tell you is you'll want to test the resin first, mix a small amount. I would say, like if you're doing, you want less than this. I would mix up just a little bit, just to where it's just a thin layer. So like this is 10, so that's probably 5. I would do 10 milliliters. If it was me, I would do 10 milliliters. So I would do 5 part B and then 5 part A to get 10 milliliters. Stir it up, and then I would just let it set in the cup and see if it hardens up on a heating mat. It shouldn't take more than 30 minutes for you to know if it's, because you'll know right away if it's going to work or not on a heating mat. And that way you don't ruin a mold. Because I've gotten this stuff before and it didn't work. So there again, eye level, and you don't want to put your face over this. It says no Vox on it. There's no fumes or whatever, but in all reality, these are still chemicals. So I don't trust it. And there's still an odor with this stuff. So you want to be careful. In all reality, you should be wearing gloves. And now I'm going to take part A. I always do B because it's thicker. And then, part A because it's thinner. And then I pour the thick one into the thin one, which is part A, is the thick one. And so I'm going to do, part A is usually, not always, but usually, pour the thick one into the thin one to make it mixing easier. And I'm going to do 2 ounces of this to give me a total of 4. So I did 2 ounces of part B. Now I'm doing 2 ounces of part A. And I know there's all different ways to do this, but this is basically what works for me. Okay. And you want to look at it eye level to make sure you've got it like nice and even. This stuff you really want to make sure. And there's a very minor variance to it, but you definitely, so then you just take a popsicle stick, a wooden stick, anything you can have a plastic spoon, plastic knife, whatever you have. And then you just start stirring. So then you want to check your time. And you want to stir it for 3 to 5 minutes. And so let me actually get this stirred up so you guys don't have to watch stirring for 3 minutes. And as soon as I get it stirred up, and then after you get it stirred up, what you want to do is always a great idea is if you let it sit for 5 minutes. And like I said, so if you stir slow, which gives you less bubbles, it's better. and you want to stir it for 5 minutes. If you stir fast like me, it puts a lot of bubbles in it, which is even better for letting stuff set. I don't, but you should, especially if you don't want bubbles. And you should stir slow. So there is that. But let me get this mixed up and I'll be right back for 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, there's another thing. You want to make sure too when you're doing this that you scrape the sides really well to incorporate that, and the bottom. The sides and the bottom. You want to make sure that you're scraping everything so it can get mixed in really, really, really well. And yeah, see, it's putting a lot of bubbles in there. But I'll show you another trick too for after you pour it in your molds, what you can do. But anyways, okay, I still have 2 minutes. Hold on. Okay, the other thing I was going to tell you was this. You'll notice that it's actually getting mixed up really well because you'll have less resistance. It's still super thick, but you'll notice that instead of like really thick honey, it's almost like you're stirring syrup, like thick syrup instead of honey, like really thick honey. You'll notice the consistency gets thinner, which is really good. Okay, and so now after you get it mixed up, you really should let it set for about 5 minutes. But I figured we could let that go for just a minute while I show you this part. So basically, you can also, you don't have to color it necessarily. You can just add glitter or metallic flakes. So I thought it would be really fun to, I have this gold glitter embossing powder. I know it's embossing powder, but this is so pretty. And you could put anything in resin, just about. And so I just sprinkle it on the bottom like that. I was thinking about putting black in it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. This stuff is hard to close. That's a funky little. And then the flakes, you just want to make sure you know they're small. I always end up taking these flakes and tearing them, and then just dropping them in. It's nice when they're like all when they're all over. And it doesn't take a lot. It just takes a few, and this jar is full of them. It's a nice little thing to add. And you just bust it up. You just get little chunks off. And it doesn't really take a lot. I try to make sure that they're laying down for the most part. So they're in the resin. Like when the resin gets poured over, that they're in the resin. So if they can be flat as possible, is better to make sure they're as flat as you can get them. And let's see, these are the Finnabair metallic flakes, ink gold, and that's what those look like. Yeah, and these are fabulous. They come in a nice little jar, but you don't need these. You can use anything. I think even the Dollar Tree has them. But so after you get everything the way you want it, basically all you do, and you let this set for 5 minutes. All you do is you just pour it. Where are you guys at? You're just pouring it. Here, let's do these though, because I'm like, at least this one here. I'm super excited to see what this looks like. And so this is a really shallow mold. Yeah. So the crazy part is you would think that the thick ones would take longer, and they actually don't, because and you want to be careful, making sure you want to be on a super level surface when you're doing this. I know. I can't talk and like gently pour. I was like, Okay, so let's see if I can pour this. Whenever you get to a part that's a little precarious or is very detailed, you can use a popsicle stick or a pokey tool or something to assist you. Makes it go a lot easier. And you just want to be careful because sometimes, like when it's clear, it's hard to tell how much resin you actually have in the mold. You don't want to pour too much because it will just flow right over the top of it. Oh, I think I'm right at the edge of that one. So now I'm just going to pour the rest of this into this one. I hope I'm not in the way and you guys can actually see. I just go right to the middle. Yeah, the stand is in the way. Sorry. And this was 4 ounces, did all 3 of these. And I think that's like a 3-inch coaster there. So the thing about these molds, so we'll get this, let this get going. There we go. So we'll right up. And then I can just pitch that in the garbage now. We're right up to the edge there. And so now, see like there's bubbles coming up here? Let me grab my heat tool. You want something like the Tim Holtz heat tool, the Ranger heat it tool, because this just gives you, it just gives you heat, not necessarily air. Although I've used my other one before, and you just wanna gently go over the top of it and see it pops the bubbles. The heat pops the bubbles on the top. It also helps to bring the bubbles up, which is what the heating pad does. Works really great for, is bringing the bubbles to the surface, so you can then pop them with your heat tool. But that's also why you want to let it set so a lot of the bubbles come out. But you just run your heat tool over the top. You don't have to do this. Oh, I dripped. Look at that. That's okay though. And so now after you've, yeah, see there's some on this one. Yeah, and if you just kind of wiggle your heat tool like that, it helps to agitate and pop them. The reason I say not the other heat tool is because it could potentially blow, the force of the air could blow out of the mold. Because I've done that. My other one has like a lot of wind, and it blew it out. But this one works really good. But you could hold it up higher and stuff too, you know. If you have the other one. See, it's bringing them up to the surface. Those air bubbles, it's bringing it to the surface with the heat. So there we go. And now we can just go ahead and plop the dome on. The dome is really important. Because that's what traps the heat in. And that's what traps the heat in. And it makes it cure faster. So we're gonna work in our up front space here. Doing this other stuff. So yeah, and then let me show you what the deal is with the molds as well. Because I'm hoping that these will be cured by the time the video is over, is the reason I was trying to rush. Hopefully there's enough time. I've been yapping my jaw though. And I don't know as if we want an 1.5-hour video on resin. But what I was going to show you was not all molds are created equal. Let me grab like this one here. If you look, like when this is like sitting on the table, it's not really noticeable until you go to pour it. But one side is actually shallower than the other side. And so if you're not watching it all the way around, or even if you are watching it, sometimes you just don't even notice it because it's clear. The resin will start pouring over the side, even though it's not filled on one side. So when you're buying these, like if you're getting them on Etsy or Amazon and you're buying the inexpensive ones, because that's what this is, And that's what these molds are. Even this one. These are just inexpensive ones I got off of Etsy. And see, when you demold, it's like they're really easy. You just pull away like that. And like, how fun is that? And this was just dusted with mica powder. And I think this was like the Galaxy one. And we're just gonna pop some gold on that, and I think that's gonna be really fun. How cool is that? We need a Halloween something in there. But this is actually a really good one. Like, you can tell, like, this was really thin on this side, and this side was much thicker for this mold here, just because it was an inexpensive. But look at that. It's got I did a clear cardstock and did a gold inlay on the back of it, right? Isn't that fun? Let's see, and is there another one? I can't, at the top of my head, I don't know, but, I'm not too sure. We gotta figure something else out. Hold on, let me rearrange some things and, see if I can get some more room here to work. Hold on. Okay, I got a little more space. So the other thing I was gonna note too, or I wanted to note too, is, wow, you can actually see now. There's light. I forgot to turn the light on. Note is resin has a shelf life. And I've never had amazing casting resin go bad before. But I've had the 10-minute kind, the white one. But I have had amazing casting resin clear went bad on me, and I've had a couple other ones go bad as well, and they say generally a year. So when you get your resin, especially if you buy it off of Amazon, you'll want to make sure like to test it right away, so that way if there are any issues, you can get them to send you a new batch. So yeah, but hey, let's put some transfers on this one. This is an ornament mold I bought off of Amazon. They were really inexpensive. I want to say like less than $10, and it was a 3 or 4 pack of like different sizes. You've got a small, medium, large, so 3-pack, and the biggest one is this one, and it is a great size. It's like 3 3/4 inches wide. It is terrific, and look at this. Let me get a paper here. Let me show you here. And look at this. Isn't that great fun? Isn't that just terrific? This is the same embossing powder and glitter embossing powder and gold flakes that I put in the one that we're waiting to cure. But like, right? How fun is that? And so let's do that on this one here. Let's put some transfers on this guy here. And generally the side that comes out, not the top, it's the side that comes out is the finished side usually. And see, even here, see, this is why I don't sell, because look at, I got a little, there was an air bubble there that didn't come out from the gilding flake. Whoops. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll put a little transfer in there and it'll be just fine. And we'll put a transfer on the top. No one will ever know. And so yeah, so I'm just going to still use these little Celebration floral rub-on transfers. These flower ones from Anna Griffin. I thought would be super fun to put on top of there. I just love how the flowers come out. Let's see, these are some IOD transfers on here. This is that IOD? No, that might be redesign. This is IOD for sure. This is some of their new transfers that they just came out with here on their last release. And this is just clear resin with that mica powder. The like we dusted this one, hopefully you'll be able to see it. And with the mica powder, and then all I did was rub that Sizzix luster wax. The Sizzix, oh shoot. Sizzix, see if we can rub that off there. It's a Sizzix luster wax. If you can read that, schmutz, that's what it is. It's from Sizzix, and this stuff is fabulous. Right there, gold. And that's all that's over the top of this, and then the transfers, and that's it. Drilled a hole, because these don't have a hole, but right when this came out, I drilled a hole in it, and to be able to have a way to hang it. And you could just actually set these somewhere on a little plate stand. or glue a hanger to the back too if you wanted, and then hang them somewhere. But I like the fact that they're a package ornament. So you put them on a package, and then somebody, when they receive it, can a package topper, they can hang it wherever they want or do what they would like with it. But there's that one, and then this is these are some more of the Anna Griffin rub-on transfers. Same thing, mica powder, that gold luster wax. This was a redesign, or is this an IOD? No, this is a redesign ornament mold. And that's what I was saying is the thinner stuff you would think would cure faster, but it doesn't. You need at least like this thick to cure really quick on that heating mat, if it's a clear resin. Otherwise, things like that are like this small, this thin, because it's a chemical reaction you're creating with the two parts, it creates heat is what happens. It has to have enough chemicals, so it has to have enough of part A and B mixed together to create the reaction to cause it to cure. And sometimes these are just too thin. They'll cure, but they take quite a while. Like they'll cure, you'll just probably have to wait overnight. Maybe not overnight, but like this one cured within an hour. This one was just much thinner, and it ended up coming off, so probably 2 hours maybe for it to cure the rest of the top of this one. But I ended up just trimming it with the scissors because it was still super pliable when I took it out, and then punched a hole with the crocodile, put an eyelet in there with a grommet on the back, and put some thread or some ribbon through it, and it still looks super pretty. And then because it is clear, when it hangs on the tree, you'll get that sparkly, and you could kind of see through it. Isn't that just a hoot? I think these are just so fun. And then depending on how you do them in the light. This one was clear with just a luster. And so if you put a light through that, oh my gosh, that's going to be... Oh, and that's the other thing. To get them to be like this I ended up spraying triple thick on the front of it. Triple thick glaze. This glaze, it's clear glass coating. And it makes it look like you're obviously looking through glass. Like, how clear is that? That's super cool. But when this came out, because the mold was not shiny, it was like this. If they're not shiny, they come out with a matte finish like this. But if they're shiny, if the mold is shiny like that, see, here's the difference. Not shiny, shiny. See how that one shines? When it shines, that's how you get the clear. That's the difference between the molds. You want to make sure that they have that shiny glass looking, that glossy finish, versus this matte one here. Otherwise, that's what you're going to get. You'll get that matte, which is not a bad thing, depending on what you're doing, you know. But if you're trying to do the clear, especially, you want to make sure they're the glossy finish. But otherwise, if they're not, you can spray them with triple thick, and you can get this. That's what I did with this one, because these were a matte. They were like this. These molds were like this one here. I sprayed this with triple thick as well to get it to be that shiny and that you can see through it easier than that one there. See the difference? Like you can actually see that ornament in the background and my finger easier than you can. Well, you can in this one too, but you know what I mean? This is more like glass. See the difference? Like, how cool, right? But anyhow, yeah, so super, super cool. So these were all sprayed with triple thick. And triple thick, it is a light coating and like one spray and done. And 5 minutes later, I'd say about 10 minutes, they're done. They're dry. It dries super fast. Not as fast as the gold paint, but pretty quick. Like, I'm all about fast. And this stuff is like, dries in 5 minutes, basically. It's really quick, but just test it out. Like, I always do a test on something and then spray, you know, to get my kind of bearings on how hard I have to squeeze and then start spraying. But yeah, so let's put some transfers on this one so you can see what that looks like. And then we'll also mix up, actually, let's mix the resin. Let's pour this one again. And let's mix the amazing cast resin, and you can see how that works. And it will actually, you'll see it on the table working. It's really cool. And then we're going to put a couple of these together. So, sorry if this video is really helter-skelter. It's just primarily because of trying to coordinate everything. Oh yeah, because I wanted to show you these the gold transfers. They're so pretty. It makes it look like it's an antique gold inlay on there, or gold layering on there. And this one's actually still drying, but all this white will eventually dry to clear. Like, you won't even be able to tell it's on there. It's really cool. But that's a super fun one, huh? I love the gold on there. And then on the Christmas tree, won't that be super fun? I think that's going to be great. So, okay, so let's go ahead and do, should we just put another poppy on there? Should we do a little poppy? Or these are poppies actually here, but I really like the size of them on there. So I think we should go, maybe try, what about this one here? Let's see what this looks like size-wise. Oh, that'll be nice. Let's do this one. And you're supposed to seal these. I'm not going to. Think about there. Oh, well, apparently we're going to go there. That's the other thing. When you're going to a glossy surface, these transfers stick so stinking well. They stick really good. And you're just like, poop, you're done. Boop. And I just use my nail because they stick so good to glossy surfaces. And you're just lifting, when you're doing it, you're just lifting to make sure that it's all, nothing's coming up on the clear sheet here. And then you just lightly go over it with your finger. And then, right? How pretty is that? That's like to the hole. It went over the hole. There. But like, right? And then we're going to hang that. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love the gold. I love the gold in it. I love how that looks. It's so pretty. So yeah, that's as easy as that. And then we'll just add ribbon to the top of that. Probably some red. And that will be awesome and done. So now let's go ahead and do this resin here. I'm just going to do a little though. Let's just do 40. So I'm going to do 20 of B. And this, like I said, this amazing casting resin is fast. But hang on one second. Oh, and let me get a stir stick. You want to have like all your stuff ready before you pour. And those long ones, I just bust them in half. I like the long ones for when you're doing the big cups. Yeah, so get down to eye level. Go slow. Don't be in a hurry. Generally, people pour these in 2 cups, but I hate to waste the cups. And so right at 20. And then if you go slow, you know, it's a lot easier. You have to practice. You want to practice. I know practice pouring, right? But the thing is you don't want it to slosh out into a giant wug. And then there goes that, and you have to start over. Because if you don't get equal parts, it makes a big difference. So now 20 of that one, I'm going to do 20 of this one. So I'm going to 40. So there we go. See, just pour slow. And then you'll want to make sure to scrape the sides on this. And you just stir this for 30 seconds. So stirring. And scraping the sides. And these little pour cups I got on Amazon. And this is fun because this goes all white and then it goes to clear. Is kind of how you know when you're finished stirring this. Or the cup starts to get warm and you better be pouring it in your mold. If the cup is starting to get warm, that means it's already activated and it's working. Your work time is over and it's doing its thing. And it's going to be setting up in the cup. If it comes out globby though, like starts to come out globby, just pour it really quickly. See how it went to clear? It went from foggy to clear. And so now, and it's starting to get warm. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I forgot. No time now. Oh, that's a bummer. Did I have another one? Well, that's okay. It's okay. Oh, and I got more left. Shoot. Dang. Well, that was a waste. Oh my goodness, yeah. Boy, I didn't even utilize my own speech. Oh man. I got nothing. I don't have anything open. Hang on, guys. See, that's why you need to have, I'll show you what that one looks like. I just poured it in as an IOD mold over there. And we'll just put transfers on the top of that, and I could paint them or do whatever with that. But this stuff, too, you want to make sure to wash your hands afterwards. You want to make sure to, wash your hands afterwards. And, don't get it on you, basically. And even with this, you should be wearing gloves. I mean, you should be wearing gloves. You should be doing a lot of things. But, and a mask and all that stuff. You really should be doing that stuff because it is a chemical reaction that you are creating. And they're chemicals you're using. This stuff's nice too because it doesn't generally get bubbles. But it'll start to turn white. It's really cool. But, ooh. Whoops. Oh, perfect, Nugan. This is not crafting. This is resin. Oh, and I was going to show you too. You can get really fun ones. I just spray painted this one gold, but this was a two-part mold. It came just like this. This We Wish You a Merry Christmas, and I painted it gold. And the stand, and then it comes like that. It comes with both in that one mold. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. So it's a gold Christmas tree. See the two, like the stand's incorporated, and then it has the other stand piece. And it was like so inexpensive, like less than $10. I mean, and you imagine if you bought, see, look at it turning white. If you bought that and you made that, a bunch of those, right now they have of the clear, not the amazing, they have, if you just type in resin on Amazon, they have one that comes up. It's 64 ounces. This here, these two bottles make a bunch, but it's only 16 together. It's 8 of each. 8 of each. The same with the other ones I was using. They're only 8 of each. So, I mean, 64 ounces is huge. You get 32 of each one. That is a lot of resin. You could do a lot of projects. For, I think it was like 20 bucks. It was like 20 bucks. It was so easy. But let's go ahead and get this going here. Let's see if we can get some, what did we want to do? Oh yeah, we're going to do this one. I should have put a hole in that. Actually, hang on. Let me see if I can still drill a hole. No, you know what? I'll just glue something on the back. I'll just hot glue something on the back. It'll be fine. So basically what I'm going to do now is I want to get some transfers for these. But I think I'm going to do a gold transfer on this one. I think actually, hold on. I'm going to spray these two with the triple thick glaze. And I'll be right back. I think. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm pretty sure I want to spray these two with triple thick. And then we'll work on this one here. Because I'm gonna make a background for this. And I want to see what it looks like on here as well. I wonder if I should put the gold on first. Let's see what happens if we can. So I got these new gold transfers. They're called etiquettes. It comes with 4 12x16 sheets of beautiful designs. Some of them are really large. Like, if you look at the back, like, this is a huge one here. These are really big, but they're just gorgeous. There's a lot you can actually just cut apart, though, which is really fun to use on small projects. There's a bunch you can use on small projects. So we'll find one of those. We could probably do it on each one, huh? A gold on each one of those, maybe. I don't know if I want to do gold on both of them. Let's see, and we gotta find one size appropriate. And they said you can use these, like, to keep these, because you can actually use these, like, the remnants of gold foil. So you can actually take a hot plate and, foil that onto something. Like, in your hot foil machine, your glimmer hot foil machine, that you're supposed to be able to just foil them. So these sheets come like this. There's a white one in between. And, we just have to figure out what we want to use here. So, do we want to do that guy? It's nice that you can see through these. That you don't get the whole thing, though. I don't know what a lot of these symbols mean. Let's see. Is there any other ones? Oh, whoops. You have to be careful. Be careful with these. Just looking through, I don't see. Let's see. Let me figure out a design if I can even do this on this one, or if I'm gonna have to do something else. Oh, maybe I could do that one. What about that one? I think that might be okay. Maybe we cut that one out. That would fit right in there. I think I'm gonna have to do flowers on the other one. Oh, look at that one. Does that fit? They're little cherubs. I think this one fits better. So let me cut this out. Let me go let Buddy in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just cut this out. And so basically where you see the design, that's the sticky part. It's just like a transfer. So if you lay it down, it potentially could stick to it, because I didn't cut out the backing. So if you're going to lay it down, lay it with the silver side up. Yeah, otherwise, I'm going to see if this will actually adhere to this. I don't know. I think I have to trim it just a tad more. You just have to be careful, because, if you put your finger on it, you could potentially take the design off. What do we think about that? I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I wonder if it'll stick to this, though. And these, apparently, you don't want to burnish these really hard, because they said that the gold would come off, too. Like that background gold that's not supposed to go, they said would potentially go. Or it would affect it anyways. Oh, it's actually working. Oh, so I can actually spray this afterwards. Wow. Well, these are nice. So basically when you lift these up, these gold ones, that gold design should be gone. It should be clear right there. See, like that? So just like the other transfers, you want to lift it up and make sure the gold make sure the design is all gone. And if it's not, then you lay it back down and you keep burnishing it, or keep rubbing on it, pressing on it. There you go. Hang on one sec. Okay. Yeah, you just keep, see? But there's like, there we go. That's done. So let me finish getting this burnished on here, and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. We got that one. Like, isn't that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to spray, no, I'm going to do luster wax on the outside frame. I love that blue and gold. That's just so pretty. So I just put my finger in it like that, and then go over all the pieces. Anywhere that I want gold. And I even do this because the edge is so thick. I see how thick the edge is. I even go over the edge like that. And I think that looks really fun. And then I'm going to, so let me finish this, and then I'm going to spray it with triple thick as well. And then I'll show you what that looks like when I get back. After I get that finished. Like, I think that is going to be so stinking nice. Like, isn't that going to be so fun? And especially with that edge like that. Like, that is going to be really cool, I think. So hang on. Okay, so here we go. I literally just sprayed that triple thick on it, and it's already dry to the touch. Now, I'm not going to touch that there, but the outside of the frame is actually already, and I just lightly did it. And look how beautiful that looks. Isn't that just gorgeous? With that wonderful gold transfer on there, and then you can still you could kind of see through it now. I think that is so beautiful. I mean, and you can put this on, you know, a guy's package, like a gift for Christmas or something, or, you know, girls, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just, you could just hang it as an ornament. I went ahead and also drilled a hole in it, and it was super easy because this is soft, you know, with my little tiny drill, and just drilled the hole in it so I could put some ribbon in it. So, yeah, totally awesome. I was going to show you how, oh, I should have sprayed this one too with triple thick, but that's okay. I was going to show you now. Oh, here, let's do these. See? This is the amazing casting resin. And look at this, is still pliable. Like, if you heat these up with resin, or if you heat it up with your heat tool, this will bend. Like, you can actually form it. So this is why people like amazing casting resin. But there again, oh yeah, see, like, it's still pliable. But that's why they like it, is because it's so fast. And then, I did this one, and it wasn't enough, but I spread it out anyways. Yeah, and then look at, like, you can, like, form that, and put it on whatever. But isn't that great? Or you can just paint it and you could paint it, pop a hole in it, and put a transfer on it, and, like, hang that on your Christmas tree. Isn't that fun? Which, yeah, I'll probably just spray paint those gold or something. There we go there. And then, let's see, what were we doing? Oh, I was going to show you how to do this one here. Right? That's the one we're doing. I might as well. So let's grab some clear cardstock for this one. And let's see. Basically, yeah, basically all I do is, actually, let's just measure this one. And then we could cut one accordingly, actually. So this is going to be 4 by 5. I say we do, let's do 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 5. Do we want to do that? Oh, no, let's go 3. Let's go by 3. 3 by 4 1/4. We're going to go 3 by 4 1/4. And that will just go to the outside of that frame. So, hold on. Okay, so 3 by 4 1/4. And that's going to fit, like, perfectly behind there. And give us a little window there. And I was going to do gold on that, but actually, I have the new redesign Joyful Jingles transfers. This is what they look like here. Scrapbook.com, Etsy, any of your favorite craft stores, I'm sure, have this. And look how cute that little guy is in our red frame. Won't that be so darling? So I'm going to cut him out. And we're going to put that on the, we're going to put him on here. Yeah, this little guy is going to be so cute. I usually like to leave room, but when they're like, I don't know if it's going to fit. It's one of those kind of things. Let's go with, oh, I see. I I think we'll like keep his hat. Let's keep his hat. We'll go like that. And then, and I'm going to use actually, so let's go ahead and, let's see. We probably want to triple thick this here first. And do our luster. Let's do the luster. And I'll drill a hole in this. We'll put a hole in this one too. So there again. Look how pretty. Oh, oh, that is gorgeous. Oh my heavens, that is so pretty. I love this stuff. And it's so easy to use. You could put on with a paintbrush. You don't have to use your finger if you don't like, you know, getting dirty. You don't want to get into it. You could just use a paintbrush or something, I'm sure. A sponge brush, something like that. For me, it's just kind of what I'm feeling like. Do I want to get dirty today, or do I want to stay clean? Most of the time, I don't mind. Oh, but look how gorgeous that's already looking like. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful handmade package embellishment, right? Oh, or an ornament, a Christmas ornament. But like you pick up a couple of things of resin for, you know, $20, a couple of molds that you can use, especially like these frame molds, and then get yourself some transfers and stuff. You can make a lot of handmade gifts that are super nice and fun. Whether you want to make something for coworkers, you want to do stocking stuffers, you want to do people at church, or you know, things like that. Like, I mean, you can make a bunch of these. And look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And so now what we want to do is we want to spray this. I'm going to drill a hole at the top and then spray it with triple thick. And then we'll put the transfer on here onto the backer, and then we'll adhere it. And then I'll show you what that looks like. But let me go spray this real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we got that sprayed and the hole drilled in it. And so now what we want to do is, oh, I got I got stuff on my window. Whoops. Oh, we want to put the transfer on. Oh, that's okay. Let's see, where is this going to go? Oh, towards the bottom, I guess. Now remember, once we pop this on, it is a done deal. Oh, and it's a done deal. Oh, he looks amazing. All right, say you love it. Isn't he the cutest little nutcracker, though? I'm trying to only rub on top of the actual transfer, because I still have gold wax on my fingers. There we go. Look how cute he is. Oh my heavens, that's adorable. See, and then look how darling he is. Oh, he's gonna be so cute in there. And so then basically all I do is I flip it over. Oh, look at all the gold I got on the back. I try not to do that, but I'm in a hurry, you know. That's how it is. Let me grab my Titebond. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I use. Titebond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue. This thing adheres, it grabs really quick. It's super thick, so it's not runny. And it allows you to be able to, especially if you're doing hang on, I gotta squeeze it out. Hold on. It allows you to, like, if you're putting furniture together, if you want to put molds on to home decor, things like that, it holds it so stinking well. This stuff holds them really well. So you only have to, like, do a little bit of, like, if it's vertical, like if you're trying to put it on vertical, you only have to do, like a little bit of tape, to help it. And so I just put this right on the edge. And this adheres. It's not fully cured though until it's clear. So like on the other one, it takes, if you put a lot on it, it takes a little bit. It grabs right now, but for it to be totally dry and done, it has to be clear. So you do want to be careful, but the awesome thing is that it holds so stinking good. So just kind of straightening up the design in the window. And then, see, like it holds it. But you do have to be careful because it will slide and stuff. But if you're trying to do adjustments and you want it to hold it, it actually holds it for you. And so now what I'm going to do is, but look how cute is that, right? Isn't that adorable? I would keep showing you, but it will actually, I want it to dry. I don't want it to move or anything. So, but yeah, isn't that going to be just so stinking fun, right? So yeah, so now I'll just let that dry, and in about 15 minutes, it'll be dry to the touch, but it won't be cured like this one. It takes a few days. See, it's already started doing more. It'll be clear all the way around. You wouldn't be able to see the glue. So it'll be just like that. But there we go there. A lot of times, so I can look at them, I'll just put them onto the table anyways. And then I'll just clean the glue up afterwards. But like it'll schmutz out. But I just think they're so stinking fun that I always like to look at them. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, this video is really long. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see kind of where we're at with this stuff. Like, did it work? Where are we at? And yeah, so this is no, not yet. We're pretty close though. Look, I can touch it and it's already solid. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. But that's all. Oh yeah. So it's like you can touch it and it's solid. But this actually, because we only put it in, we put this in only like 40 minutes ago, and it takes an hour. It takes at least an hour for the heating pad to do its job. I just wanted you guys to see that if you didn't want to spend the money on amazing cast resin because it dries so fast, and or you wanted something, it doesn't dry this because that dries fast, and you wanted something that was going to be the same-ish, and you didn't want to spend a ton of money on resin, that how well this actually works. Yeah, this works great. And like, see, like you can already touch it and it's firm. It's already setting up in the middle, but it still has to work here. And how you know if it's good is the side. Like if you just go to look at the side, if it goes out like jello, if it pulls off like jelly, like sticky jelly, it's not ready yet. But if this unsuctions itself from the side, then you know you're good. But see how it's like already working? You can touch it. Normally, you wouldn't be able to, you wouldn't even be able to touch it yet. It would not be like that. Let me see if I can just put you guys on pause and maybe just go take a break or something. And, you know, I'll go have lunch, and hopefully the video will pause for that long. I don't do these two-part ones because I can just pause you, go do something really quick, but I can't push stop, so that's the issue. So hopefully this works. Okay, I'm gonna go have lunch, and then hopefully after lunch, you will still be paused, and I can unpause you, and then I will demold these, which would be like maybe 20 more minutes. So, yeah. Okay, so I'll be back, and you guys hang tight. Hold on. Okay, it stayed paused. So, yeah, I'm still waiting. I'm actually still finishing lunch. I just wanted to get back on here and make sure it didn't like turn off or anything. So, yeah, I'll still be right back. Okay, I actually just was checking this, and just to see like, well, could I? And then I'll just finish my lunch afterwards. And actually, look at this. It is the only thing I just like, so how you know is if it's jello, If it's like stretchy jello, you want to leave it. But if it actually pulls away like that, but even then, like that there is not quite done. So let's leave that. And, oh yeah, see how this is pulling away? Yeah, if it pulls away and it's like jello, though, or it's like stretchy jelly, you don't want to do that. But, look how pretty! We should totally put transfers on that. And then, let's see about this one. And generally, oh yeah, look, see that? See, it pulls away. The thinner stuff, like the thicker stuff, cures so much faster than the thin stuff because it can create that heat that's necessary to cure this stuff, to cure the resin. And look at how fun is that. Oh my heavens. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Let's put some stuff on that. Let's put some stuff on these. Oh my goodness. But let me put the thing back on there. Oh, so that can finish curing. Oh, I'm so curious to see what that one's going to come out like. But you see what I mean? So you're like an hour and 15 minutes. Boom. Look at how cool. Like ready to, and then even then these are like pliable. And that was the, I don't know if I said, or so you like, if these were just like molds, like if these were like a lot of times you'll see you'll see artists, they'll take like these leaves, and these are large. These are the new redesigned fall leaves. You'll see artists, they'll take, and like someone actually, I just saw on a Facebook post, they did a pumpkin, and they wrapped these leaves, they poured the leaves, and they wrapped them around the shape of the pumpkin, like around the pumpkin. They'll take molds and they'll wrap around vases or all kind, they'll put them on around furniture legs and things like that. Well, you want it to be pliable, and this still allows it to be, it's still pliable. So, you know, and if you heat it up with your heat gun, it turns it back. So if it's as hard as this, you can make this pliable by just heating it up, and it does not take any time at all, and it will bend. So yeah, it's pretty darn cool. But yeah, so while we're waiting on that one, let's put some transfers on this one. I really want to see what the I want to do some pink ones. I've got a lot of red ones, and I think because of Christmas, I had Christmas on the brain. But what if we wanted it to be like a birthday gift? And then somebody could hang it up like in their car window or something. Like, what about these beautiful pink ones? What if we do that? Here, let's cut this paper off. And we just don't want them to be, we don't want it to be so Christmassy. Maybe they could be flowers on a Christmas tree. Maybe you have a pink theme. And then the gold in the background, isn't that gorgeous? Like, right? Like, how pretty is that? That is just beautiful, isn't it? That is so lovely. Yeah, look at that. That's awesome. So let's pop this transfer on the top. Let's see what this is going to look like. Let's see, there's the hole. Would that be cool? Yeah, let's just go right in the middle. Let's just go for it. Yeah, right like that. I mean, isn't this easy? Even just this clear one, because it's so much more affordable. You get for $20, you get the 64 ounces, or 32 and 32 rather. It makes 64 altogether anyways, which allows you to do a lot of projects. I didn't really want those on there, but that's okay. Oh, cool. Which allows you to do a lot of projects, and then you just buy a couple of molds. Even if you just did these ornament molds, I mean, you could do so much with them. You know, whether you dusted them or whatnot, you know. The frames ones, too. I love getting the frames one because those are extremely usable as well, for doing all kinds. But, yeah, and then let's put some on this one. But, like, right? How pretty is that? Isn't that so pretty? Here, let me, do I have any white? Here. Right? Look at how gorgeous that is. Isn't that just lovely? And then you put the light behind it. I was trying to put the paper because I have so much going on the table you can't really see. So there it is there. So you can see it a little bit easier, but like, right? Isn't that just beautiful? Those gorgeous roses on there. Oh, so pretty. And yeah, love that. And so let's see. Let's put some on this one here. Maybe we do... what should we put on that one? Maybe some white ones? Let's try to find some white ones. Oh, we could do blue. What about these white and blue ones like that? Oh, that'd be gorgeous, huh? Wait. Oh, what about this one? What about that pink one? That pink with that blue? No, let's do the blue. Or this one here. Let's do that one. Hold on, let me get the scissors. Like, right? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Isn't that going to be so pretty? And we should put some gold on the top of it as well. And spray it. And then also put, oh, don't do that. Spray it and then, put the, gilding. Oh, right. Look how pretty that is. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, look at that with the blue. Isn't that beautiful? And this is that Let's Resin Chameleon powder. That beautiful chameleon powder. So lovely. I have some of the... Oops. Yeah, transfers are hard to get off because they're so thin. Oh, that's probably good right there. Oh yeah. So I'm just pressing. And then using my thumb to kind of burnish it down. Oh yeah, see, like that. Just want to make sure all the pieces are down. So put your finger in that, or cut really close to it too. That actually helps. Oh gosh, right? How beautiful is that? That's pretty. That is gorgeous right there. That is beautiful, isn't it? Oh my. Let's put some gold on there. Oh my goodness. I love doing resin. It is so stinking fun. And you don't need a lot of this. Yeah. Right? Oh, so pretty. And then once we do like that, put the that top coat on, or that triple thick. Yeah, the triple thick will make it really pretty. Oh, I love it. I love it with the gold. Oh my, you could have just left it, but I actually really like the gold. What do you guys think? Do you like the gold? Like, what do you think of this? What do you think of the resin projects? Are you into it, or and not really wanting to try it? Would rather stick to paper crafting. Which I totally get, because this can be a little intimidating, especially if it's a new thing you're getting into, you know, because it's about $30 for the heat thing. Then you have to buy molds, which you can get those relatively inexpensive, you know. Then you have to buy the resin at about $20 to get started, or you can do the amazing cast resin, which is, you get that from Hobby Lobby for about $18 for 2 8-ounce. It makes 16 total fluid ounces. But that cost is, oh, whoops. That cost, I understand is a little bit substantial, but look how pretty. It's a little bit substantial to get started. I get that. Totally get that. But once you get the molds, and once you get the that the heat pad, oh man, that really makes it so nice. Especially if you get stuff that is you get stuff that's multi-purpose, like multi-use, like these little frames. You get the frames, or you get like the ornaments, because you can use those for a whole slew of things. They're multifaceted for purpose wise. They're not something specific to one thing or another. Like this mold here, like you're literally going to do it once. Well, for one season of gifts, like multiple people you could give it to, but it would be like you buy it and then you do a season of gifts and this is it, and they're kind of done and you pass it along, or sell it on Craigslist. But Yeah, and it's really fun. It's super pretty. I get a kick out of it, and it wasn't very expensive. But yeah, so like if you buy a new mold every year, you know, like that's specific to Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. But these you could actually pick up these different frame ones, even the IOD ones, like this one here, and like they're multi-fat. Like you could make this you could get different transfers and stuff, whether you do, whoops, I spit on it. Sorry. A little gleek there. Whether you left it as a Christmas, you know, something to hang up for Christmas, a package embellishment topper, or you turned it into something for a birthday or whatnot. You could do so many different things with this, because like this isn't Christmas, but you could use it as a Christmas package topper. All of these, you know, and so, and they could be home decor as well. Like you could turn these into home decor. So you can use them for a variety of different, options, you know, whether you made someone a home decor piece. Or I love this type of thing because it has the back on it. Like that larger frame mold, I got that off of Etsy. And if you type frame molds in on Etsy, you get a lot of variations, all different kinds and styles. There is a lot on Etsy. There's a lot on Amazon, but the prices are way better on, is it Etsy or is it AliExpress? No, I think it's AliExpress. I'm a big liar. You can get them on Etsy, but I'm pretty sure it's actually AliExpress is where I bought them at. Is where I bought a bunch of the molds. But that you also have to be careful that, you know, like they're not made as nice as like the IOD or the, oh man, the IOD or the redesign by Prima molds. They're not made as nice. They're beautiful, but, and this was probably $5 for the mold, but they're not made as well and nicely as the IOD or the redesign by Prima mold. So there is that. But to have some fun and to get started, I think, you know, $20 for the resin, 30 for this, that's 50, and then a few molds, you know, you could probably get into it for about $75 and have a lot of fun making different things, especially if you already have like transfers and stuff in your stash, right? I need to put the hole in that and spray it, but I think you guys get the idea. So I guess I could just leave it like that. But let's put some flowers on this one. I wonder what those same blue flowers would look like. Ooh, what about white? What about that white rose? I wonder what that would look like. Or I wonder if I should do the blue one. Here, let's look at both of these. Yeah, I don't know as if I want purple because it's kind of an orangey color. So, will the white show up? White showed up on that one. I don't know, though. That would be really pretty if it goes. I wonder if it would go. Let's try it. Nothing to it but to do it, guys. Just rip off the Band-Aid and give it a whirl. It's not the first one I'd have to throw out or redo. That other one I showed you, oh man, I had to rework that. I messed up the transfer on it. I was so bummed, and the transfer was so stinking cute. It was a little pickup truck with a bunch of gifts and a cute little squirrel and a gingerbread man in it. Oh my gosh, it was so darling. I was so bummed. So I painted over it. I'm starting over on that one. Gonna make a grungy frame with it instead. Kind of a thing. So yeah, don't be afraid, you know, you can just paint over it and try again, you know. There we go. Just trying to get this guy up. Oh, look how pretty. Wait, but gotta make sure we get that rubbed on there into the cracks of it. Oh, no. See, you just lay it back down and keep rubbing on it. Come on, little fella, you can do it. Let's see what is going on with this one. You just keep going, keep going. You can do it. Oh, and if you have that, just use your finger. There we go. It's okay, it's not the end of the world. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's the thought that counts. Say whatever you have to make yourself feel better if you mess it up. There we go. Not so bad. I was just trying to get that little piece off because it looks janky now. Normally if it wraps up I don't mind. But that, because it was split, I was trying to make it look nicer. Okay. Now, right? That's not so bad, right? That's pretty cute. Look at how pretty that is. That's actually pretty nice. I like it. I think that's actually pretty fun. So there we go. Isn't that great? Oh, we were supposed to... I think I'm dragging my feet so we can see what this looks like, hopefully. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if it goes. Is it going to go? Oh, I don't think so. Oh. Oh, it popped. That part there is still not done yet, and so it makes me wonder about this section here. Oh, it's hot. Be careful too, because... Oh, it came. Oh, wow, look at that. That's the new snowflake mold. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. Now see, it's still not set right here, so that still has to cure. But this one, it had a big enough, I ended up filling it in though. So what I'll do is I'll take my pokey tool right now. I'll show you right now. If I can. Oh yeah. So you just take your pokey tool right away though. You don't want to wait. And pop that like that. And just kind of let it get open. And then you can do you could put a ribbon in there or whatever hanger you want to do. And that way you have a hole. There you go. But gosh, isn't that just beautiful? Look at how pretty that is. That is a gorgeous snowflake. Oh my goodness. All right, what are we going to do? Put some gold on it. Look how pretty. That's so pretty. Oh, I love it. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that. Oh wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Loving it. Loving that. Oh, I love that so much. What do you guys think? Isn't that so pretty? And like, how cool, right? So about an hour and a half on this one because it was thinner. For that. But normally you would be waiting. Like you couldn't demold these until like the next day. Like there was no like waiting an hour or 2 hours and then demolding it. So yeah, but like, gosh, how gorgeous is that? Isn't that just stunning? That is so pretty. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that so much. But yeah, so there it is. So that's how quick that makes quick work of the resin and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think of these down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed hanging out and the few tips and tricks and little bits of wisdom hopefully I could impart to you. And I was worried. I got glue on the table and then I was like, no. Okay, isn't he the cutest little guy though? Oh my gosh, right? How adorable is that? And but yeah, let me know which one is your favorite too, what you like the best. If you like the mica powders, or you like the clear with the glitter and the gilding flakes, or you like the gold transfers, or whatnot. And if you're gonna try it, let me know if you're gonna try it, because that sure would be fun. Or if you've already done it before, or if it's not your cup of tea, maybe it's not your thing. I don't know. But I always like to, I like to try new things. My other thing I've been getting into is wood burning. I love that. That's like adds so much to your projects too, especially if you're working with like balsa wood and stuff. To add just a fun little element to the background. I did an American flag, and I did an American flag with a Declaration of Independence in the background. Or no, it was a Constitution. Sorry, the Constitution. No, the preamble. What am I talking about? We Are the People was the preamble. Anyways, it was American flag. It had the preamble in the back. And it was on the balsa wood that I just kind of distressed. Well, I burned the edge to make it look like a worn document on the background, and it just came out so fun. And so, yeah, wood burning like adds a ton too. But anyways, that's a whole nother thing for another day. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Hopefully you got some good tips and tricks to resin and kind of the beginner's guide little guidance, and hopefully you just enjoyed hanging out, and hopefully your summer's going great. Thanks so much, guys. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye bye.